All right, welcome to RotoWire TV. I'm Heather Ankeny. He's the expert Chris Liss, and I am 5-0, sitting pretty heading into week 6 here. How you doing?
I'm in 8 leagues, so it's
You're probably doing pretty good.
Well in some, not so well in others.
Really, you're not doing well. It's fantasy football. I hate fantasy football. You can do.
I don't care. I mean, every year I have some leagues that are disasters. This doesn't mean anything.
But a lot of people get really upset when they have disaster.
Oh, I don't like it. Don't get me wrong. I get angry, but what am I going to do?
What are you going to do? Exactly.
The problem being in 8 leagues, which I have to be in a lot of them for industry reasons,
Sure.
and then the problem with picking every game against the spread, and then Survivor, and then I'm on the air giving people advice and getting into arguments, and making side bets, and then I'm on Fantasy Football Live.
Are you qualifying why you are doing poorly?
No, I'm not doing poorly. But I do side bets, with everybody on the air, and then in Fantasy Football Live we have the Guru contest and the over/under contest. Something's going to go south. Many things are going to go south. And then somebody's going to be talking shit. They're going to be like, I'm beating you. Somebody's going to be beating me somewhere. And so you get used to it.
Well, I am not beating you in the best ball league. How about that?
Oh, yeah, the best ball league. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, you might. It's a long season. Half the teams are going to be injured. You'll see like 3-4 weeks. It's just
I hope so. That defense kicker thing killed me.
Yeah.
However, I do want to know, this is the takeaway for week 6.
Yes. How did I do last week?
I don't know how you did last week. I didn't have time to check.
I crushed it.
Did you crush it?
I don't know. I didn't look. I mean, I looked after when I posted it, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But
I got so many different predictions. Like this, I'm predicting. Like I want to do well in these videos, but it's like 50 million different things.
But I do know that in the past few weeks that we've done this, you have done really well.
Yeah, I think there were some accurate ones in there. I have to go back and look.
Yeah, for sure. But what I really want to talk about is, what do you think about the Colts and the Jets?
That game's really weird because the Jets are favored, I think, right? They're at home and they're favored by 3. And it's kind of like the Jets, they suck. And no Revis. But they gave the Texans a pretty good game. It was at home. And the Colts just beat the Packers in Indy. But Andrew Luck and Brad Evans of Yahoo Sports came on the air on our show today and he said, and I actually wrote this in my blog, I thought Luck is a top 10 fantasy quarterback now. Is he top 5? What are the odds? I wrote,
really?
What are the odds he has a better season the rest of the way than Aaron Rodgers? 40%?
Really?
45%?
Oh, you see what you're writing.
Brad Evans just came flat and said, I think Luck's the #1 quarterback this year.
What?
And he made me a bet. Forget about the fact, the first 5 weeks that Luck's done really well. He made me a bet just the rest of the way. I got Tom Brady. He had Andrew Luck. Whoever does better wins the bet.
Okay, well, in this game, what do you think?
I think Luck has an okay game. Maybe 220 yards, 1 or 2 touchdowns. I don't think it's going to be as high scoring. I have a weird Jets feeling. I don't know why the Jets are favored, and I know everyone's going to want to take the Colts because they got the flashy quarterback. And I just got this contrarian Jets feeling for some reason.
All right. I like it, though. I believe in the gut sometimes. Yeah. How about the Lions and the Eagles?
I despise both of these teams.
Really?
I wish they would just contract the league to 30 teams and get rid of these 2 teams, right? But here's the thing. The Lions, I told everybody Stafford was overrated before the season. They got so mad because all these people draft Stafford. They're so excited. They're like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, Mm-hmm. But his 7.6 yards per attempt was just slightly above average. I mean, he got 5,000 yards.
Yes, I remember all of this.
Right.
So what do you think about this game, though?
Yes,
we did. So what do you think about the Lions and the Eagles?
I think that the Eagles are going to win this game. I think Stafford's going to make some mistakes. And I think Calvin Johnson will have an okay game, 90 yards, maybe a touchdown. He'll be good. But I think the Eagles win. I think Michael Vick and
the Eagles tear them up. You're going to start Vick this week?
Yeah, you start Vick this week.
Really?
Against the Lions? Yeah, you start him.
Yeah. How about the Patriots and the Seahawks? We talked about this a little bit in the Survivor video. But
I think this is going to be lower scoring than people think. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think Marshawn Lynch has a pretty good game, even though the Patriots' front has been pretty good. I don't love the Patriots running backs against that Seattle front. I think Brady gets his 260 yards, a touchdown or 2. And it's one of those 20-19, 20-17 type games, and either team can win.
All of a sudden, they have a really interesting backfield with Bolden and Woodhead and Ridley. I don't quite.
Well, look, forget about Woodhead, okay?
Yeah, but he showed up. He kind of showed up like gangbusters the other night.
Yeah, Woodhead is about my size, okay? The guy,
he's actually shorter than you.
He's probably shorter, right?
Yeah.
He's probably in a little better shape. And he might be a little tougher, maybe.
He's definitely tougher.
You gotta be tough if you're that guy in the NFL. You gotta be a tough little bastard, okay? Yeah. Survive that shit. But and Bolden is actually pretty fast. I think Ridley's the guy, but just, Shane Vereen scores the touchdown, the first touchdown last week.
Shane Vereen.
That's just going to happen. Don't worry about that. You're going to lose touchdowns. That's just how it's going to be. But Ridley is the guy. I know he fumbled late in the game, but he's very good. I think he's just a good, solid running back and cut well, good feet, size, power. Going to get some touchdowns, but he's going to get them stolen from him because Belichick doesn't care.
Who's going to win this one?
It's a 50-50. I think it's going to be 2017, 19-17, 2019. Seattle covers, coin flip, who wins.
Okay, and Giants-Niners. Again, we kind of already touched on them, but
We touched on them in Survivor. I didn't want to mess with the Giants. Like, I'm a Giants fan, so I'm totally biased. And I also get, as I said, annoyed by the Niners fans, and they were so excited about their new team. The Niners are very good, and I think they're underrated offensively. I think Michael Crabtree looks really good. He's finally healthy. Oh, you saw him running around.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bills suck, don't get me wrong, but he looks pretty nimble, and he's got good hands, and he runs good routes. And Alex Smith is good. Accurate throwing this year, doesn't turn it over, very good scrambler.
He's like the number 7 quarterback right now is the last thing I heard, or at least this week.
Number 7
Yeah, top 7 quarterback.
Fantasy?
Yeah, fantasy.
Or quarterback rating?
Fantasy.
Really? He has that many yards? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's a good scrambler, too. And so, and Frank Gore does not look washed up. I wrote in the column, Frank Gore looks just as washed up as Michael Turner, which is not washed up at all.
Oh, God, Turner.
So, no, but you just listen to those idiots who kept saying that. Those stupid fantasy guys. Oh, Michael Turner's washed up. It's just, they had no reason to say that. They just wanted to say something that sounded, controversial.
Okay, fine. So Frank Gore's not washed up.
No. So that's a tough team offensively as well as defensively, and their defense is the best in the league. But the Giants' run blocking came together last week. I know it was against a weak opponent. But if they can run the ball, they're probably not going to have Nick's back, but Eli just puts out anyone you plug in there does well. Ruben Randall had 82 yards and 3 pass interference penalties. Martellus Bennett's a little banged up, but another weapon. David Wilson came and ran for a 40-yard touchdown, extremely explosive. I think it's going to be a close game. I give the Niners a little edge. I think they probably win by 3, but it's going to be a tough game. They're not going to win easily.
Okay. And then finally, just because it's Monday Night Football and it's the Broncos playing the Chargers in San Diego, who do you like? What about McGahee and that nonsense?
Two bad plays. A drop pass on 4th and 1 and then a fumble.
Cost the game, I think.
Yeah, and certainly cost the cover, which is all I cared about.
Oh, yeah.
But I will tell you, I just totally despise the Chargers. I mean, anytime I go against them, they'll play a good game like they did in Kansas City. And anytime I say, okay, they're getting too many points against the Saints, and they had that game. And I knew, I tweeted this, I said, there's no way they score in this drive, this final drive. Even though the Saints defense is the worst in football, they are just that team that doesn't get it done. They're going to fumble, throw an interception. Of course, they fumbled. Apparently, Jared Gaither had like a strained groin and he couldn't block, and yet he stayed in the game for some reason. That team is just the softest, most pathetic team ever. And it was just showed that I had hit rock bottom because I was rooting for them to cover. That's how bad of a week I had that. I was like praying for the Chargers, but knowing that it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's just very hard against the Broncos. I think the Broncos, I'll probably take the Broncos to cover in San Diego. And I guess I'll pick them to win, although they've just been falling short. But I'm going to pick the Broncos to win this game.
All right.
Peyton Manning with a big game.
Looking forward to watching Week 6. Thanks, Chris. And thanks for watching. This is RotoWire TV.